So in this section 5.3, we're going to be proving congruent triangles using two criteria. In this corner up here, the S stands for side of a triangle and the A stands for angle of a triangle. So we're going to learn the side theorem and the side angle side theorem. So starting off, we're going to go ahead and talk about side. So there's a theorem that says if three sides of one triangle are congruent or equal to the three sides of another triangle, then the true triangles have to be the same or congruent. So in this first picture, example 1, we're going to use, I like two-column proofs. This book does show a flow proof, which we're not going to use. We are just going to go over column proofs. So it says, write a proof that shows the triangle QRT is congruent to SRT. So the right triangle is congruent to the left triangle. So in a proof, you'll be given a little bit of information about your picture or your triangles. And it's important to go ahead and draw on the diagram what it is that they are telling you is the same or things that you know about it. So starting off, it says that QRS is isosceles. So this triangle right here is an isosceles triangle, which means two of the sides are equal to each other. And they told you here that QR is congruent to RS. So that is one of our sides that are the same that we know. So there's a side and there's a side. The next thing that it tells you is that RT bisects QS at point T. So this line here in the middle bisects this one here, which means that it cuts it in half. So the next thing that we know is this side is congruent to this side. Okay. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put this in a two-column proof with what we know so far. So in a proof, you always start off with a table like this with your statement and then the reason. Statement and reason. Okay, so once again, we are trying to prove that the left triangle and the right triangle are congruent to each other. So the proof part is going to go very last. It's going to go at the bottom. So triangle QRT, triangle SRT. Okay. And that's where I want to try and end. So you always start off by listing out what it gives you. For example, the given part, triangle QRS is isosceles. And the reason why we know that is because it's given to us. Okay. The other part that's given to us is this part here in the middle. QR is congruent to SR. That is also a statement that's given to us. Okay. All right. So we're going to go ahead and start off listing the things that we were able to label on the picture. Okay. So we already have one of the sides. So one thing that we were able to label is that QT is congruent to ST. And the reason why we were able to label these singular dashes here at the top was because of this thing in the middle, because it's bisecting. And bisecting means it cuts in half. So the reason why we knew those two were the same is because TR bisects. And this is by the definition of bisect. because bisect means to cut in half. So that's why we knew those two were the same. The last part that we know that is the same on this triangle is this part in the middle. See how they're connected by this side? So the left side, or the left triangle, and the right triangle share that side. So we know that they are the same. So I know that the side TR of the left triangle and TR of the right triangle are equal because they're the same thing. And that is called reflexive property. Okay, reflexive property is when something is equal to itself. So they are connected in the same corner with an angle, or they're connected with the same side. That's called a reflexive property. So now that we're done, we have proved that these two triangles are the same by side, side, side. All three sides of each of these two triangles are equal.